What's going on, beautiful people? Today is the day, I say today's the day, I mean it's going to take several days, but today's the day I start the move into the new studio. Everywhere's a mess, but it doesn't matter because it's all going to be moved and reorganised. Oh, turn it. Yep, so here we are, the new studio. Oh, you're on the tripod. It's a bit echoey because there's nothing in here, but behind me there is the new sink. That's all been fitted. It just needs to be connected up to the water, but it doesn't mean I can't move stuff in now, not tanks, but like hardscapey stuff. So outside of the studios, the old studios, we've got the hardscape section here. We've got these tanks that were sort of just housing plants and things like that. I can move all of this now because that's all empty. That's locked. And then in this studio, I've got like my overflowing hardscape here and this rack, I can take that down. I've got this whole one here that I can sort out. These can all be moved as well. Yeah, so I've got loads I can get on with. There we go, the first rack is in. I've got no idea how it's going to be placed at the moment. Might keep it against the wall, I might bring it this way maybe. Yeah, maybe something like that. As you come in, you could have double coming out further and then on the other side as well. So it's like the rack section, and then behind it can be like zones of, I don't know, maybe like a Wildstad area, like no filter area, maybe a high-tech area over here. All I know is we've got absolutely tons of room here. Look, that was big in my other studio. I'm not even at the back yet, there we go. Oh, so much room. So it's now the next day. Okay, I've got my wife here helping. We're getting somewhere, actually making progress. So we've got a rack there, we've got a rack here. I'm thinking this can be a hardscape. The sink is all done. We have got running water. Now many of you will ask how I get the temperature right. So there's a hot tap and a cold tap, and you just, you know, do the right mix. So there we have it, the first tank is in. This one is going to be scaped very shortly, actually tomorrow, by me and Matt. So you would see this video first, yeah, and then, yeah. So it's actually quite less echoey in here already, and we've only got a few things really. So we've got a couple of 60 centimeters here, just a little rack over here for some hardscape. I'm trying not to overload each sort of shelf with hardscape because you can never actually see what you've got then. So over here by the sink area, my wife has organised all the API products, which look great. Tons and tons of hardscape here, look at that lot. Like, I deliberately have them sort of... Would you mind just being a bit quieter, please, babes? Yeah, I deliberately have it all overflowing, like I say, so I can actually see the pieces. And all the dragon stone there as well. Look, I went for some sort of grey rocks up here in Sirius stone. Big pieces of wood. And yeah, so over here, this is going to be the 50 betta fish. We're going to have 50 female bettas in here. A great looking scape. Should be awesome. And then we've got... and then we've got some big pieces of wood for a bit of a feature on the top. I also remembered I had this plant dotted about. I've got some more actually to bring across at some point, but that was about to die because I hadn't watered it in over 2 months. But it's actually, given that fact, it looks pretty awesome. It's doing all right. Little racking system here with all the different tanks on, plant storage. This will probably be plant and fish storage, I'm reckoning. Nice little shallow tank to do something with, not that, but I just put those in there. And then this one, as you come in the door, hang on. Yeah, so as you come in the door, I want it to be just like a nice display of fish tanks, and it might not be fully aquascaped, but it'll be like holding tanks for shrimps, for different nano fish, that kind of thing. I'm thinking though, because well, I had it in my mind that this rack could be coming right out halfway through the room, but it doesn't at all. So I'm thinking maybe I get another one, and which will bring it halfway out into the room. And then I've got 2 zones, so I've got like this whole zone over here, I've got that zone over here. Oh, I had a great idea for this section. So I'm thinking here, obviously we're gonna have mirror vinyl in the back there so that you're not like just seeing straight into the gym, because it's gonna be off-putting for me and whoever's trying to train. But this space, this actual recess is big enough for 2 4-foot tanks. It doesn't look like it here, but if you look, So we've got a 4 foot, that'll fit 1 and 2 in that section. How about I do like 2 that's 1, so like an 8 foot tank separated, and then I could just do hardscape that flows through both tanks. Do you know what I mean? Separated in the middle, but the hardscape carries on. You could put different fish then that would not normally go together as well. So I think that might be quite cool. Oh, what if I did like a freshwater 4 foot and then a saltwater 4 foot and try and sort of link the hardscape together, but oh, that would be quite cool. I don't know if that's been done before. We're in the studio, Stefan is here. Some of you have seen Stefan before if you're a long-term viewer. When I moved into the other studio, he helped me, didn't you? There we go, look, there's the mirror finish. That looks awful, but obviously this is the sticky side facing us. We're spraying it down with the bubble solution, which is washing up liquid in water. Spray that right down and we're gonna flip it. No, oh no, hang on, Steph. We don't want to spray this down, we need to peel it off. Yeah, peel off the protective covering, then spray it down. And then we can just stick it all. Oh no. Hold on. You're under pressure now. Is it stuck back together? Oh, this is such a pain. Oh, Jesus. Oh, sneak peek. Look at that. That's all you're getting.
Okay, got it.
You got it?
Here we go.
So obviously we cannot touch what you are touching. That's all right. See what I mean? Yeah, you peel that back. So now what's facing Steph is completely sticky, so hopefully there's no flies in here. All right, I need to help you, Steph. Hang on. Yeah, sticky side now. We're just spraying the solution all over. We might need to trim it slightly to size again, but that's fine. It is working. Look at this. So look, we squeegee from the outside, inside to the outside. Look at that finish. Brilliant. Oh. Oh. It's quite satisfying, isn't it?
Very satisfying.
We are getting there. 2 done, 1 to go. Maybe we should just leave that one.
What do you mean?
Just leave that one open so we can just have a look, see who's about, see if anyone's having a look at the tanks. And no, definitely shouldn't. Thank you for working for free, hungover. So we've got our first tanks in, we've got our mirror stuff on there. It's time to get some more equipment and tanks, everything in this studio. So we're making progress, The big one's gone. We had tanks along that side, didn't we? There's still tons and tons to do, obviously, even just in this room. And I've not even made a dent in this lot. I can transfer some of the tanks over though, can't I? But before I do anything, I want to sort out this rack here, make it an actual usable rack. And for that, I need to paint the top bits black and attach the lighting, the strip lights to the top as well. Then I can actually get some nanos on the go, do some building of that as well. Yeah, this is the paint that we want. Look, mate, oh no, not grey, black. That's what we want, smooth black. So I have finished painting all of the shelves. They look really good, and I've brought down some of my tanks. Many of you asking how I'm going to bring tanks across that have got stuff in. Well look, I've just reduced the water level and moved them. Now these are nanos, so I can easily do that, but I can't do that with the big ones at all. So I can put those up. Now this whole section, oh, Kate's working again, aren't you babes? She said yeah, but she don't want me to talk to her. Many of you are commenting that all this natural light will probably cause algae, especially on tanks on this area. I also want to do a whole 4 foot section here with no tech at all. So it's just lit by natural light, but that's too much for a start, plus also privacy. So I have got frosted background coming for this one, not the mirror. The mirror is great, obviously, but it doesn't let any light in at all. So we want to use the frosted stuff really. But yeah, it's exciting. I can now get some more tanks up here. The first nano tanks are in, everything went really well. And look, these are the caradinas down here. We've got the crystal reds. Look at that, that's like a, oh, I just smashed the lens. That's like an A grade one, looking so good. Now, when I first got these, they weren't of adult age, but they definitely are now and they're doing really well. So I'm thinking that soon we'll be able to get some babies. I used the Akadama soil, which is like bonsai soil for this one, and it's worked so good. So I'll definitely be doing that again for the caradinas. Next to them, we've got our sort of sword plant display posh looking thing. This is just aqua soil, and then underneath it is pond soil. And as a result, the nutrient balance or mix seems to have worked so well, and this hairgrass carpet is looking good. I know there's lots of reflections at the moment. There won't be once I get all of this sorted out. Now there are fish in here, obviously. We've got the ruby tetra. They're a little bit shy at the moment, and that's just because we've moved their tank. They're already quite a shy fish, and now they like really are, but they'll settle down and we'll see them a bit more again. And then we've got the Neo Caridina one, which doesn't look fantastic, but we've got the shrimp breeding in there and they're doing well, so I'm just gonna leave that for the time being. My wife Kate has been cleaning all the tanks for me, so they're all looking spotless and ready to go again as well. These two over here, again, I'm gonna just put some substrate at the bottom here and just use this as a holding tank for the time being for all of my shrimp or nano fish or things like that I wanna keep. So they're all gonna go in here, maybe here as well. So I've got options. So we've now got some tanks ready to go. These still need cleaning over here, but these are clean. So I want to use this one here to now put the substrate in the bottom, and then I can just use it for nano fish, shrimp, and all of that. Just having one tank that's spare for anything is a good idea. I've got some plants that can go in as well. Right, we've made some absolutely brilliant progress. So this one is all up and running. I was going to do it over here in this tank, but my wife made a good point. That's like a good one for like a proper aquascape, whereas this one's just a holding tank, so having it down lower means that it doesn't really matter as much. But next to it over here, look, the desk is in. I've got my desk, which is awesome because I'm always flittering backwards and forwards with editing and adding things and watching stuff as well. Most of the bubbles are now gone from these tanks. Look, they're looking so much better. You can actually see into them now. The fish in here are still a bit scared. It's the next day, by the way. That's why everything's cleared up a lot better. This one's always a little bit misty. I don't know why, I don't mind though. These tanks have all been cleaned and cleared by the missus as well. And I've now got this section. I'm starting to fill up this section a bit more. I've got a stand in, we've got a tank. I can put another one underneath. I've got my Monstera down here, which I've got to repot, I think. It's all in that tiny little pot, but it was getting a load of nutrients before from the water because it had all those little rooty things in the tank. But this is the best I've had a plant for, like the longest I've ever had one alive for. I've got to do something to make sure that that stays alive, and it's like a feature in the whole room as well. You may have also noticed this on the wall, look back here. So what is it? It's a soundproofing to try and take out some of the echo. It's not too bad, let's be honest. You can still understand everything I'm saying, but if we can stop it a little bit. I was just putting it here to see if the stickiness of what I fixed it with is good enough. So far it seems to be though. It's holding. It's been there like 6 hours now. Because I've got absolutely tons of them there, and then there's a flat pack of it there, 3 times the amount that you see there. So I want to make sure I get it right and that it's actually going to stick to the wall without falling off, because that would be such a pain. Look who is here. It's Matthew! Hey. What was that?
I don't know.
Yeah, so Matt's here because we're just putting better fish, a ton of better fish into the new scape. That video is going to be insane, it's coming out soon. Whilst we're waiting for the temperature acclimate though, I've got one tank, a 60 centimetre tank. It's a Nova. Let me show you. So this tank here is an absolute jungly mess, and I love it. Like it's one of the tanks that got me back into doing no filter tanks. Do you like it, Matt?
Yeah, it's cool. I like how, yeah, like you say, it's just jungly, overgrown, and yeah, amazing. Love it.
But now I was thinking that I couldn't move it because this isn't like big, thick, opti-white glass. Look, this is a very, very cheap tank. It's cost like £50 or something like that. And I was worried about lifting it. It's going to cause it to crack. Even drained down, the thickness of the glass wouldn't support the weight. But we have got some wood. Where's the wood?
Well, one bit's here, but you dump the other bit out there, so.
Okay, so we're gonna drag it off, put it onto that, and then me and Matt are gonna try and carry it. Oh my goodness. Is this gonna work? It should. If it doesn't work, who cares? It was cheap.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, you won't see this.
No, I've got enough tanks anyway. I also want to try and do it with this one, Matt.
Yeah, the better one.
But the better one, it's working so well and it's quite new.
Yeah.
And it's a good harvesting tank for reds.
Yeah, it does look good with those red plants growing up, doesn't it?
Yeah, we just need to drain that down. Please don't suck up any of my fish. There's not that many in there.
Just a few lamp eyes.
You're pro at this. That, by the way, it goes out of there fast.
Yeah, well, it will do. It's 25mm hose, yeah.
It might go over the top of that as well.
Over the top of the barrel? Yeah, it might.
Here it comes. Mind you, there's not a lot of water in that, so we might be okay. I'll get something else to put the water in as well. The tank, okay?
Well, if I go
Put that light on.
in here,
Yeah.
that'll be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that should be fine. We need the boarding.
Yes.
I suppose we can lift onto that boarding.
Does this? Oh yeah, this.
It's not heavy.
Sorry, that's all the snails.
Oh, perfect. This is going to work a treat. Get on. Right, how's it feel?
Oh, hang on.
Your arm. I think we should be all right.
Yeah.
Okay, we've now got to put it back.
Yeah,
because I need to plan the route.
You need to do the camera.
No, lift. What are you doing? No,
You're not lifting.
no, you're. Oh, it was caught. It was caught on the.
Your end was down, so we were trying to push uphill.
You hold that still.
Yeah, right.
This is really unorganised.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to open all the doors.
Yeah.
No, I need to make sure that I'm not.
Do you want to go back out the door and walk towards it?
No, because it will go from here with me. Hang on. Wait there.
You're trying to move the tank now, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want me to straighten up? Ready?
Voila. Mission successful, I think.
That was alright, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It looked really good there as well.
Well,
It will in a minute.
looks a bit like a swamp monster in the middle.
It looks like a terrarium.
Yeah.
Action.
That was loud.
That worked a treat, didn't it? I wasn't expecting it to go as smoothly.
I was worried, to be honest, but no.
I thought it was more of a risk. Let's have a go.
We've moved tanks like that before, to be fair, but it's always a nerve-wracking experience.
The only thing that worried me was literally because of the thickness of this glass. Like, if you look at this glass,
Yeah.
in that small tank, you can literally hang that from the ceiling and it wouldn't break, like even full of water.
Well, there's an aquascape.
The swing tank. But this one was it's so thin. It's like old school silicon. You know, this is like injected down the whole seam or whatever. But this is like, I don't know. It just worried me a bit more. But it worked a treat, and it's looking so good right there. And I get to carry on with it. I really wasn't ready to break it down. Plus, oh, look at that. There we go. Look. No, that's what I love about it. You've got to come right close just to have a little look at the confused fish that are like, this is not the studio. What's going on? This space. Oh, it's amazing. And the echoing is getting less.
It is.
Every single time I bring something in, it's coming down and down and down. So
Yeah, the more tanks you get in there and the more of that, it will be better.
Exactly. I've got 4 more. Still got five 4-foot tanks to move in. I'm possibly going to be getting a mezzanine floor, like a loft sort of step-up area over there. I'm just looking at the logistics of that, but it would be nice.
And the extra large sand waterfall to come off the top of it.
Yes, the waterfall. Imagine that, actually. A proper waterfall, not a sand waterfall.
I was thinking of a waterfall, but when I said it earlier, I was actually being serious about a waterfall coming off. It would be wicked.
You could have like a pond on the edge that overflows down, splash into a bigger pond, then some sort of recirculation pump back up to the top. You need a fair pump, but
No, it wouldn't be that big.
no.
No, not at all. We
Oh
could
my
definitely
goodness.
do that.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
Timmy's big waterfall pond.
Oh yeah, because Timmy could be at the bottom.
Timmy could-
People told me off in the last video, which was the tour. I didn't show Timmy. It's because I just don't like his tank at the moment. But he is coming.
Yep.
He is coming down here.
I went
The
and said
other
hello to
option
him,
was
it's
here,
fine.
look, Matt.
Yes.
Just doing like in this whole. Jiminy cricket! I nearly did it again. We just found out. I just fell over these and I cracked one. Never mind. Bit of glue will be fine. Oh, a little trick for you. I don't know if you know about this, Matt. If you get a crack in your tank, if you use super glue, it fills the crack.
Oh, okay. Oh, a bit like they do with windscreens, I suppose.
Exactly.
Oh, interesting.
So you've got 2 options. You can use the gel to just completely cover it.
Yeah.
But I think if you just put don't quote me on this, if you put the liquid one right near it, it fills the gap, basically.
Well, you could do both, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Then
Do
you
the
definitely
liquid
cover
one
yourself.
first and then gel over the top.
I've done it before and it did work. So
nice.
yeah, on a bigger tank. So if it can take that pressure.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm thinking. Let me just step back. So we're going to have where Matt is going to be a peninsula tank. I mean, that's going to look wicked, isn't it?
Out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got the peninsula right in front of you there.
Okay.
Possibly another peninsula here, maybe.
Nice.
I don't know.
I
And
feel
then-
like you need to go opposites though. I feel like you need to have a zigzag. If you had two on the same side, I don't think it'd look right.
Yeah, you could be right there. But
So-
the thing is, if I had the mezzanine, the floor, the
Oh
stairs
yeah,
would
it
not
would
come
stairs
there.
come down there.
It's not, it doesn't matter. But this
Yeah.
whole area would be cool, like a raised pond. You know those tub ponds that you guys sell?
Yeah,
I
that'd
could
be cool.
build like something so that it sits into it,
Yeah.
not too high. I was thinking maybe some bench seating around it, so you can actually look at all the aquascapes as well, because there are going to be lots there.
Yeah.
So I've got
you could have
ideas.
plants coming out the top of it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like-
Like a tree.
yes. Yeah, like right in the centre.
Oh, I think I've got to do that. And then I could just do a little bit of the cable management with that.
Yeah, a little bit of tidy tech cable.
You know that little
rubber.
because you know what I'm like.
Rubber
I'll just-
ramp thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So many options, and I'm also thinking this is kind of an unused area. I don't want it just completely open, so I've got bench styles of this. So this actually splits off into two, so they become lower.
Okay, yeah,
And then I've got some countertop that I could put across the top and have it as a lower section coming in. I'll have a 4 foot here.
Yeah,
There will
yeah.
be a 4 foot there. But
4
here,
foot, no light, no filter, no nothing.
no tech, yeah, that's what the plan is.
The outdoor light.
Just natural sunlight after it's filtered through yeah. But I'm thinking here would be nice for a workbench, a filming bench, just something there, and then
Yeah.
that could lead on to the.
That would lead into Timmy's square pond tank.
Oh, there's so many options.
You've already filled the room up. We need a bigger room.
Oh, I have already filled. I have literally filled the room.
Right,
up
that's
already.
it. Bigger studio. We need a bigger
Yeah,
studio.
new studio, 6 months time.